Okay, so I'm making this video because I've been getting a lot of questions. Well, technically not a lot, but I have some people asking me like on social media, on Twitter, um, when am I coming back to Legends? All right, when am I coming back to playing Dragon Ball Legends? The point is, I'm not. I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back to playing Dragon Ball Legends. Here's the thing. So about 4 months ago, I don't know, about 4 months ago, back in August, I stopped playing. I stopped playing Dragon Ball Legends. For those of you who don't know, I stopped playing the game for various reasons. And a couple days ago, I had people. I had my closest buddies, even my closest friends, like who play the game. They're all asking me, when are you coming back to Legends? We need you back in Dragon Ball Legends. I was like, you know what? I'm not coming back to Legends. I'm not coming back to playing. I'm not playing Dragon Ball Legends. Uh, Due to the fact that I had, well, see, because the whole game revolves around PvP, right? So 90% of the game revolves around PvP, and for me, whenever I jump into PvP, I do. There's a lot of people that do stupid shit on there. With especially when you go online and you do like when you do PvP and all that stuff, and then well, that's the first thing. A lot of people I stopped because people are cheating. People are cheating. People are intentionally disconnecting, and I'm like, okay, well, it's not fun anymore. Um, and with Legends, with Dragon Ball Legends, you gotta stay on top of the meta. So anytime new characters drop in, you're jumping into the banner, grab the characters, level them up, put them in a team, boom, run them in PvP. Um, that's how I got to the top of the ranks in the first place. How I got to the top of the ranks in the first place is through that. All right. Every time new characters drop in, I jump into the banner, grab the characters. And if I'm lucky enough, summon. I pull the characters. If I'm lucky enough, like I said, rank up those characters. Boom, put them in a team, run them in PvP. But the problem is with Legends is that I mean is that the crystals that you use to purchase is a lot is not cheap. Is a lot of money, dude. Like I can't tell you how many times I wailed out in that game. Um, and that's part of the reason why I stopped is because I've been wailing out too much, and the money that I used to to put in those crystals was kind of expensive. So I'm just like, okay, well, it's is it even worth it anymore, right? On Dokkan, it's different because on Dokkan, it's I think 50 stones for a multi summon. Um, and that's a little bit more reasonable, but the stones, even the stones in Dokkan, they're still kind of expensive to get. So I've had, like I said, I've had people asking me like, oh, will you return to Dokkan, right? Why can't you return to Legends? Well, I mean, you see, because with Dokkan, it's like I played Dokkan before and then I left, and then I recently, not too long ago, I came back to Dokkan again. I came back to Dokkan again because it's like, oh, you know what, it is what it is. Like I was just like, okay, if I return to Dokkan, I'm just gonna grind up the stones, and whoever I get, I get. I'm not gonna wail out. Like I refuse to wail out in Dokkan. Like I refuse to spend a bloody dime in Dokkan for the stones. Um, but usually with mobile games, especially gacha games like this, like Dragon Ball Legends, and which is a good example. When I leave the game, that's it. Like I'm not coming back. Um, I mean, like I said, I've had comments on social media saying like, oh, like you should come back to Legends, like, cause I'm part of the Dragon Ball. I'm part of the Dragon Ball community. I follow a lot of Dragon Ball stuff on social media. So they're like, oh, I've been getting, I get comments like just small comments here and there, like, oh, you should come back to Legends. You should, like, it's been months, right? And so just to make it clear, like, I'm not coming back to Legends. Like, Dragon Ball Legends is a good game. It's one of the best mobile games that I've played. I had fun with it. um, eventually, to be honest, like there was a point where I knew sooner or later I'm gonna have to stop playing Legends because of the amount of money I spend in that game. I just didn't think it would be this soon. Um, so just that's pretty much the reason why I stopped. Just because like a lot of people just doing stupid shit on in PvP. Like because the whole game revolves around PvP. That's how I got good at it. Like I got good at it because I stayed on top of the meta. Um, if I played for free, like if I grinded up the crystals for free, which I've tried, um, I would not have survived PvP. Like I would not have survived PvP at all. um, but you know what? Like it is what it is. Um, and yeah, like I said, that's the only reason why I made it to the top of the ranks. I think every time, like, because I stayed on top of the meta, every time the characters drop, I jump into the banner, I grab the characters, and if I'm lucky enough, I pull them. If I'm not, I mean, it is. I would just wail out again. Like, you know what I mean? Not only that, but I would have like the game crash on me. Like in that's one of the reasons why I kind of stopped is just because I'm in the middle of a PvP match, and then it just the game slows down. So I'm like, okay, can I just have one match when nobody's with no with a decent opponent? Like, give me a decent opponent that I can just have a fair fight against in PvP. Never happens. 80% of the time, it never happens. Also, once I would have the game crash on me, like I'm in the middle of a PvP fight, and the game would crash on me out of nowhere. Once in the blue moon, like it would crash on me, and I'm like, shit, right? Like and then it would happen like there was a time where it happened like 2 3 times in a row, and then I got penalized for it for no reason. Like during a PvP match, I got because apparently when it crashed, it was considered as intentionally disconnecting. So I'm like, okay, why am I penalized? Like I didn't do anything, and I would email them saying like, oh, you know what? Can you revoke my? I know you guys penalized me for intentionally disconnecting, but you guys gotta understand. Like I would say in the email, like you guys gotta understand, like it wasn't intentional. The game crashed on me. Like my internet connection is okay. Like I have strong internet connection. Don't get me wrong. So and then they'll give me like the shitty reply, saying like, oh, you know what? Make sure you have good internet connection. Well, my internet connection is strong. Make sure you're playing in a place with good Wi-Fi. I am playing in a place with good Wi-Fi. So it's just like, okay, you know what? Well, you guys are not helping. Um, and so yeah, I mean, like like if I were to go, and not only that, but like I was when I stopped playing the game, people told me like, oh, you know what? Why don't you just take a break, right? I'm like, no, I'm deleting the fucking game, like, because if I take a break, and I jump back in, after let's say 1 2 months, right? I'm gonna be I'm gonna I'm gonna be spending more money to get the characters that I missed out on. Like right now, I'm missing a little over 30 sparking units in that game. If I were to jump back into that game right now, the amount of money I'm going to be spending to play catch up and get those characters back. Like I'm missing Hit, I'm missing Ribrianne, I'm missing full powered Frieza, I'm missing, full powered Bojack, I'm missing the Teen Gohan for the movies, I'm missing the two LF Gokus. That's a lot of sparking units. So if I were to jump back into the game right now, I'm going to be spending more money than I normally would to play catch up, to get back those characters that I missed within the 4 months that I took off. And you know what? It's not worth it. Like for me, it's not worth it because knowing me, I wail out way too much. Like that game was the form of wailing out. Um, so it's you know, it's not worth going back for me. And the stones, I mean the crystals are expensive. Like they're fucking expensive, man. Like it's not like I remember when I was still playing the game, I was every banner that I did, I was so fucking deep that it's stupid. Stupid. Okay? The 1 year anniversary, I was almost 100,000 stones deep in that banner. I'm not gonna lie. It was to the point where it was not even funny anymore. Okay? And the funny thing was, I already had the 1 year anniversary. What did we get? We got Golden Frieza, we got the SSB Goku, the SSB Vegeta, we got the Vegito, and we got the Ultimate Gohan Super Buu. Those five were the units that we got in the 1 year anniversary. I had all those units. My luck was over the top. I still remember. My luck was over the top. I had all those units. And I still jumped in. And I still wailed out. I had more luck in getting Vegito that day than anybody else. Everybody that day, I remember everybody in that who played that game in that community wanted to go for that Vegito. I felt like I had more luck than anybody when it came to pulling that Vegito, and I still wanted to wail out. I still wailed out, and by the time I was done, I had Golden Frieza 6 stars, Vegito, Super Vegito almost 6 stars, the SSB Goku and the SSB Vegeta, fucking 6 stars. I said by the time I'm done, like they're all gonna be 7 star units. They're all gonna be fully maxed out. Um, have you considered selling your account? No, I have not. I have not considered selling my account because never. I spent way too much money in that. I'm not gonna like that hasn't even selling my account that has not even occurred to me. Um, but it was every banner that I did, it was a lot of money. I remember when I pulled for Zamasu, when the Zamasu came out, I was about 50 50K crystals deep into that banner. That was a lot of crystals because I couldn't pull Zamasu the first few times. So what happens? I jump back into the shop, grab more crystals. By the time I knew it, I was 50K crystals deep. It took me, yeah, it took me more crystals to get Zamasu than the LF Goten that came out, the legendary finished Goten that came out. So I think that the LF the LF Goten, how many crystals that took me? 35K crystals about the least because it's 1,000 crystals per multi. So I mean, it's for me. I mean, it's not like I said. Like if I were to go back, knowing how I am, if I were to jump back into the game right now, I'm gonna be getting. Like I would have to get back my characters that I missed. Every single I'm like I said, I'm 35 characters short because I took a 4 month hiatus. So if I were to jump back into the game right now, I would have to get back those characters. And that's going to be a lot of money spent because when you summon for these characters, it's all about the luck. You're not good. There's a high chance to a low chance that you may or may not get the character that you want. And not only that, but some of these characters, I have to get them at 5 stars because of their ability, of their Z ability. Again, that's how I made it into. That's how I made it into into the PvP. I guess it's just how, I guess that's me being competitive. Like, cause when I do PvP, I'm really competitive, right? I took me some time to learn, but you know, when I did PvP, I learned from the best, and I got really competitive, and I was like, you know what? No, I'm not doing PvP unless I get, summoned for these units and I rank them up. So I'm jumping back and forth into the shop. Even though I already have the character, I'm still going back into the shop, and I'm just throwing my wallet right at the wall, getting these crystals, going back into the banner, trying to summon them, get them to at least the 5 stars, if not a 6, so that I can get their second Z ability, and then I'm running them in PvP, and it's just by the time I get to rank 40, it's like people are just fucking disconnecting, and it's like, okay, you know what? It's not fun anymore. Like it's to a point where it's literally not fun anymore. I didn't have a shitty team. Like I knew how to build. I knew the ins and outs. I knew how to build a really good team. It's just people just do stupid shit online. Like they look at my team and it's like, you know what? I can't beat this guy, so I'm gonna do something. That will, I'm gonna cheat through it, because they look at my team and it's like, you know what? I can't beat this guy, right? But so yeah, just to clear it up, for those, because I've been getting comments within the Dragon Ball Legends community like, oh, you know what, when am I returning to Legends, if I'm ever going to return to Legends. The question is, the answer is right here, plain and simple. I'm not returning to Legends. Do I miss the game? Every damn day, man. This was this one of, I mean, I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan, okay? I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan, and this is one of the best mobile games that I've played. But it's just a lot of politics within the game, you know. With the servers, with everything. Like, even if the game were to get better, even if it were to improve 5 months from now, 6 months from now, there's no way I'm gonna be returning. Like, it's like I spent way too much money in that game. Um, I can't even get a decent PvP fight. Um, without people, you know, intentionally, disconnecting. So do I do I regret it? No. Do I miss it? Like I said, every day. I miss the game every day. So I'm gonna be. It's upsetting because every time I see a new character come out, it's like, damn it! I wish I was still playing Legends. Like just yesterday, I was reading. I was on YouTube or Twitter, and I see on the on my homepage, uh, a new character is coming for Legends. What I believe Beerus is getting the LF move, and then they're gonna be buffing up Beerus by giving him the LF move, and I don't know what else they're gonna buff up. They're gonna be doing there's gonna be another update to the fighting sequences in the game. There's gonna be something called Zenkai Awakening, whatever that is. And then there's gonna be Bardock coming from the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, and which I'm a Bardock fan. Was I upset? Yeah, I was. I'm jealous, man. And there's gonna be, what was it? Tapion coming. Tapion. He's not gonna be a sparking unit, I believe. From according to Twitter, he's gonna be a hero unit. And every time I see these new characters come out, it's like, damn it, man! Like I want to go back to the game, but I don't want to, because I'm just gonna be spending shitload of money to get those characters. Even after I have those characters, like, you're gonna just see me just wailing out. And that's how I am. That's how I am. I don't know how many people are like that, but for me, this is how I am. But every time I see those characters every time I see new characters come out, like, it's just like, oh man, I wish I was still playing the game. But you know what? It is what it is. I mean, now I don't have to worry about, staying on top of the ranks in PvP, because when I make it to rank 50, when I make it to the top of the rank in PvP, it's like, okay, do I want to keep going or do I want to stop? And then I was like, and then I see all these other worldwide players, they're going ahead, they're ahead of me, and I'm like, no, 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 you don't, no, I want to be more competitive. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go further. Even though I hit rank 50, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna see if I can make it into the top 10,000 in the worldwide ranks. And every day, like I remember every day, I come home, I have to play some PvP. I have to play some PvP to stay within the ranks, to stay within the worldwide ranks, to stay ahead in the worldwide ranks. Because you know, after the season is over, whichever position you're in, you get good, you get prizes, and the higher the position you're in PvP, the better the prizes that you get, right? The more chrono crystals you get, the more you'll get like tickets or skip tickets or whatever, right? So it's like that's the competitive side in me. I have to play PvP. But now I'm not playing the game anymore. It's like I'm free to play other games. I'm free to I recently just played Super Dragon Ball Heroes for the Switch. I'm like I didn't make it that far, but I have time to do that. I'm looking. I have more time to play fighters. For those of you who don't know, Dragon Ball Fighters, we got Broly coming to Dragon Ball Fighters. I believe tomorrow the unit drops tomorrow, so it's gonna be he's gonna be fun. He's gonna be fun to play in fighters. I can't wait for that. And obviously now that I'm not playing Legends anymore, I get to wait for the one game that I've been itching to play all along, and that is Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. And I've mentioned this before. I've said this before. This is going to be a good game. This is going to be one of the best Dragon Ball RPG games that has ever dropped, and I cannot fucking wait. I cannot wait for Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Now, it's like I always say to myself, I gave up playing Dragon Ball. Well, technically, I didn't really give up playing Dragon Ball Legends. I just stopped playing. But yeah, I stopped playing Dragon Ball Legends just so that I can get my hands on Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, so that I can start playing that. It'll give me more time to do that. I don't have to worry about staying on top of the ranks in PvP and all that stuff. Because like I said, when it comes to Dragon Ball Legends and PvP, like 80% of the game, 80% of Dragon Ball Legends revolves around PvP. And when it comes to PvP and Dragon Ball Legends, I get really competitive. So when I'm not playing the game more, I don't have to worry about that anymore. But yeah, so that's just where I am. Anyways, just wanna come on here, clear that up, and other than that, yeah, I'm gonna take off, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Cheers.